Hello again. Welcome back to the Fusion tutorials. This is going to be object number 2 on isometric 1 through 8. So I'm going to start off with my create a sketch tool. Select the plane. Again, like always, make sure you're checking on that front view. Now, last time, if you watched that video, I gave out an Easter egg for how to pan the stage without actually having to click on the pan tool down here. Okay. And just a recap, that is the scroll wheel on your mouse. If you click, hold, and drag, that will let you pan back and forth. Today's Easter egg is going to be a little bit different, very useful when you need to see opposite sides of the object. But I digress. Let's move forward. So with our first tool, we're going to use the rectangle tool. I'm going to go with my front view sketch of 2, or actually that's height. So that's going to be 0.5 in height and 2 inches across. Now, 0.5 in height because we have the little object up here at the top that we need to draw as well. So for that, I am just going to draw a random rectangle out here. And we're going to go back up here to constraints. That was a constraint that we used last time that was very helpful, called the collinear constraint. So I'm going to click on that collinear constraint, this line right here, and this line. These two lines need to meet up. So there we go. Now, dimension tool. This line right here should be 1 inch exactly. This line right here needs to be 0.25 in height. And then we are going to dimension space. So the space from this corner to this corner is going to be 0.50. All right. Finish our sketch. There's our object. Okay, if we go to isometric view and I click on extrude, there are 2 different extrusions out here. Okay, so I am going to not extrude that top one. So I'm going to go over here to the extrude window. I'm going to close the profiles. Okay, so that way I can reselect. This time I am only going to select that bottom one, and that's going to be negative 1.25 because I just want that to go backwards. Okay, now your sketch at the top has disappeared. So in a previous video, I showed you how to do this, but we're going to go over here to the browser area, drop down this little arrow, and re-show our sketch so that way we can consume it once again. This time I'm going to select on that object right there, and I'm going to type in a negative 0.75 and hit enter. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to hide the sketch. So that way we are finished. Okay. Now the Easter egg for this video, it's going to use the scroll wheel again. Again, the scroll wheel is used for a couple of different things. First one is zooming in and out. Second one, if you click, hold, and drag the scroll wheel, it lets you move your object around. But the last one is actually also kind of cool. If you hold shift on your keyboard and then you do the scroll wheel, click, hold, and drag at the same time, it will let you rotate your object around. Okay. So instead of grabbing this view cube and moving it around like so, you can shift and click, hold your scroll wheel, and will let you move your object around. Okay. But notice that's not the orientation that I want. So I'm going to go back here over to the home tool, or the home view on the view cube, and that is the view that I want. So I'm going to file, save as. This one is going to be isometric 2. And that would help if I spelled isometric right. So isometric. There we go. Did I spell that right this time? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, save that. And then we are going to create our drawing file of it. So again, Fusion drawing template, select OK. And then I'm going to change my scale to a scale of 2. And I'm going to add in my front or parent view. Click on projected, select my parent view. And there we go, voila. Be sure to shade your isometric view. And then let's go in and apply our dimensions. So for my front view, I want the full 2 inch dimension there. I'm going to select these two corners right here to showcase that 5 or that 0.5. And then I'm going to select the 1 inch right up there. For the height, I'm going to select that top corner and this bottom corner to give me the full height. And then this 0.5. And there we go. Last but not least, our depth. I've got a 1.25 there. But this time, what I want to do is I'm actually going to go over here. Instead of crossing over the entire object, I've got this view right here that I can showcase that depth of 0.75. So I'm going to save this object. And again, we're going to call it Isometric 2, make sure it's in our drawing figures, and hit save. All right. There we go.